Hi, everyone. Somebody say something so I know that I'm online and you can hear me. Oh my gosh, that's so bright. Why is my light on so bright? Okay, that's better. Can you hear me? Somebody say something, please. It's still so bright, right? Okay. It is what it is. We'll wait a few more minutes. See who else can join us. Yay! Oh my gosh, it's so bright. Who cares, right? Who cares about the brightness? I just like your face is right there. Hi, Susan! Yay! Somebody can hear me. This is awesome. Susan, where are you from? Okay. Hi, Lifestyle with Terry. Hi, Melissa. Yay! Oh my gosh, Melissa, your happy mail is coming, okay? I promise. I know I have like a whole bunch of stuff sitting here. And this is so funny because my topic tonight is about being consistent. So, hi, Ram. So, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, should I wait a few more minutes? Maybe. What time is it? Oh, okay. Hi, Steph. Yay. Aw, thank you, Steph. Oh, Susan, you're in Etobicoke. Yay, you're not too far from me. Hi, Lauren. Thanks, Melissa. You're the best. All right, this is awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so, well, as you know, my name is Annie Mazmanian. Thank you for joining me. I'm an independent Scentsy consultant here in Ontario, Canada. Yay, Canada. Oh my gosh, Terry, you're in Los Angeles. Super cool. Oh my gosh, the weather must be beautiful there. Well, actually, it's pretty nice here too. It's just really, really humid. But I actually don't mind the heat. I prefer the heat. The hotter, the better is what I say. Because if it wasn't hot, it would be winter. Because let's be honest, for those of you who are Canadian and are watching this, you can probably defend me when I say Canada really only has 2 seasons. We've got summer, we've got winter, and that's it. Hi, Ram and Debbie. Oh, Melissa from Miami. Wow. Hi, I love Miami. Oh my gosh. I was supposed to be in Miami in March for a music festival and it got canceled. That's okay. Oh, hi, Abby. That's okay. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. This is so great. Okay, yay. Hi, Kaylee. Terry. I know, summer days. I love them. I love them. Just love them. Okay, so yeah. Stay away from Miami. I know, Melissa, I'm sorry. I have to stay away from everywhere, right? We all just have to like stay home and get better. And I don't know what is going on with the world. Anyways, I won't even get into that topic because that's just it's too much for me to handle, especially as a nurse. I can't deal with it. So, but we are going to focus our chat tonight on being consistent. So I've got my notes. Hi, Nathan. I've got my notes right here beside me on my computer screen. I'm so sorry if it seems like I'm reading off my notes because I'm not good at public speaking yet. I'm working on it. So I feel like the more I do live chats or even just I should practice at home, right? But who's got time to practice at home when you've got 3 kids like running around and asking for snacks all day long? But anyways, I did my research. I got my notes right here in front of me. So I do apologize if it seems like I'm reading off of something because I probably am. But oh my gosh, everyone's texting me now. But I will do my best to not seem like I'm reading off something. But for the most part, I do mean well. And I think this will really, really help you with your business, especially moving on to the new catalog, which comes out August 1st, which is amazing. I'm super, super excited. So over the course of so I've been in Scentsy for over 4 years now. And I feel that over the course of the 4 years, I'm not an expert in consistency whatsoever. I'm going to say I'm not an expert in anything, but I do have some knowledge that I want to share with you guys. And hopefully you can take whatever you want from it. You don't have to take from it. If you don't want to watch, just swipe left or right or up and down, whatever. But I just thought that you could use some of these like principles that I have that I've kind of worked with over the years, and it helps me. So let's start. I'm so sorry. My chat or my notes are in front of your beautiful comments and names. And some of you have beautiful pictures. Hi, Sally. Hi, Ram again. Ram and Debbie. Hi, Kaylee from Oshawa. Yay. And Irene. Hi, Irene. Now, I did see somebody message me from where? From the UK. Lee Madonna. Wow, from the UK. And it's midnight. Thank you for watching me. You're amazing. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm happy that you caught me live. Thank you. And Dawn, thank you so much from New Zealand. Wow, oh my gosh, New Zealand. This is amazing. I'm so honored. Now I'm not going to be able to even do my little chat because I just want to read all your comments. From Nova Scotia, Amanda, thank you. Oh, Nova Scotia, the Canadian girls in the house. Hi, Christine. Okay, I'm going to open up my notes again. Where did my notes go? I totally lost them now. Okay, and I'm so sorry, but my notes are going to be, ooh, somebody from Michigan. Hey, Jesse. I'm going to say where from Michigan because I lived in Windsor for many years. Okay, but my notes are covering up your talk, so I do apologize. But I promise at the end or maybe halfway through, I'll open up the chat again and I'll read some of your chats. Just I get like I see a squirrel, right, with all the chats, and I get distracted, and I need to like practice on focusing, be consistent on focusing. So this little chat, Something Amazing with Annie, is going to be talking about the power of consistency in your business. So specifically the power of consistency in your Scentsy business. Now you can take all that I'm telling you and also apply it to your own life or other businesses or other aspects of your life. And this is what I love about Scentsy, is because it's my business. It's like a part of me. It's my personal life now, right? I don't generally keep them too separate, but I do, obviously you've been seeing a lot of like my family coming in, and then Scentsy is incorporated in my family. I make them do some of my work. So this little chat can be applied to all aspects of your life as well. So I'm just going to start off by saying you achieve success with consistency, whether you know that or not. It's absolute truth. If you are consistent with something, even by doing something little things each day, you help yourself move forward, move in the direction to accomplish larger goals. And I will talk more about goals moving forward or moving on. But so these little consistency things that you do each day eventually become habits. Now you probably think of some things in your life like fitness or diet, or even following up with customers. The more you do them, the more consistent you are, the more they become a part of you, like a habit, right? And then there's also the bad habits, right? The more you do perform bad habits, such as like smoking and drinking, and just, anyways, I'll just stick with smoking and drinking. Those are bad habits, but it's something little that you're doing each day that eventually gets like ingrained into your head, and you've formed a bad habit. So what I'm specifically trying to teach you about is forming good habits with good consistency, doing something good consistently is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so again, this will help you keep moving forward day by day, even if it's little, but it will give you that strength, that momentum that you need to achieve your goals. And believe me, I'm probably, I don't know, I'm probably like 70% habit, like or consistency, or like I'm very regimented in a sense, not just with my Scentsy business, because there's parts of my Scentsy business that I'm still working on as well, even after 4 years, but like in my day-to-day life, and maybe other moms can relate to this, or you don't even have to be a mom, you can relate to this. There's stuff that you do, now think about it, there's stuff that you do each and every day that are kind of like a habit, like taking your vitamins, or even taking your medication, or every morning you wake up and you make a coffee before you hop in the shower. Even the habit of jumping in the shower each morning, that's being consistent. And it's kind of a habit right now. So I have 5 important points as to why consistency is important to yourself and to your customers. So the first point is that it allows for measurement. So until you have actually tried something consistently, like over a period of time, you will never be able to actually measure the effects of it. So what does my point say? Okay, until you've tried something new for a period of time and in a consistent manner, you can't decide if it works for you or not. So, like, okay, let's take my 9-year-old son, for example. He tried piano lessons. He only really tried them for 3 lessons, and then he didn't like them at all. And I was like, honey, you probably need to try. I was trying to encourage him to try for longer or try more or give it or be open-minded about it. But he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. He thought it was hard. His fingers were hurting. And he was kind of looking at it in a negative light. And speaking of negative, I will get to that point as well. So keep that in mind. But you can't possibly measure the effectiveness of something if you don't try it long enough, if you aren't performing it consistently. So I know a lot of people don't like exercising. It's kind of, well, some people might think it's boring or it's hard, or I don't like to get all sweaty, my muscles hurt. But if your goal is to lose weight or to become healthy, you know that exercise is that process you need to take in order to get to your end goal. So it's something that you need to try. And yes, you might not notice any weight loss or any difference after maybe a week at the gym or even maybe a month at the gym, but just being consistent, you are making progress. You might not be making progress physically in your body, but in your head, you're making progress by setting a habit for yourself. Does that make sense? So the next point or principle that I like to follow with consistency is that it creates accountability. So I have a beautiful team of guys and dolls, and I'm so appreciative and grateful for them each and every day. I love you girls and guys that are watching, but they know that they're accountable for their own business. It's not my business to run their business. I have my own business to run. So, but I make it a priority to always make myself available for them if and when they need me. They know that they can always reach me via text or email, or they can, we have a private group page. They can always post on our group page asking for advice or some tips and tricks. And they know that we are each accountable for our own businesses, and especially me. And I think me setting a good example for them also helps in their consistency with their own business. Does that make sense? Okay, so number 3 is so consistency, it establishes your reputation and it builds trust. So growing your business requires a track record of success, obviously, because then you wouldn't be growing your business if you're not successful. But so you can't establish this if you are consistently falling off course or changing directions. You need to stay on course and be consistent to establish a good reputation, not just with your team, but with your customers. And this kind of ties into the next point. So I'm gonna talk about the next point, and then we can talk about how they tie into one another. So the 4th point is consistency makes you feel relevant and builds loyalty. Your team and customers need a predictable flow from you, meaning you need to have a continuous process in the campaign you're running, for example. So you're trying to sell yourself, right? You're trying to sell your business. So whether you're running many advertisements, blogs, or social media posts, you know that those are effective. You know that, you see it. I mean, you see like when Amazon posts a cool gadget or whatever, you're like, oh, that looks cool. Or when you're seeing posts about certain clothes or certain sales, those make an impact on you. So if you think about it in the reverse, if you post blogs or advertisements or specials or whatever, those will have an impact on your customers. Maybe not right away, maybe not after the first post, because you need to be consistent. So your customers, and that again, it ties in with your reputation and builds trust, is your customers expect certain things from you. Let's say, whether you kind of realize it or not, they expect you to be consistent, or they hope that you are consistent. So don't like post stuff or talk about things and then not follow through with it. So and that also ties in with following up with your customers after orders. Whether you follow up with them a week or 2 or 3 months or 6 months after, it's important that they know you're there. So I know many of you are the same. You don't want to be that pushy salesperson. You don't want to be like harassing people via text or email, and that's okay. I'm not gonna get really into the topic of that. And I do want to say that I do feel the same way as well, even after 4 years. But the way that I present myself and be consistent with my customers is via social media, is via the emails, like our oh my gosh, what's our the monthly flyer that Scentsy helps us put out. And is it the flyer? Yeah, you know what I mean. The monthly email. So that way, your customers, they want to see that from you. They want to see, or they want to hear that from you, that you're consistent, that you're loyal, that you're trusting, that you are working just as hard to build your business as, say, the next rep or the next person, because they want to support somebody that works hard, that stands out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. What else did I want to say? Yeah, like I said, they're if they don't see consistency from you, or if they don't see like support or trust or somebody with a good reputation, then unfortunately they'll move on. And sometimes that happens. You know, I've had a customer once at the very beginning of my Scentsy career that when I was still learning about following up, or still getting over my fears of following up, I finally did follow up with her. Or no, I ran into her in a grocery store, and she asked, "Do you still sell Scentsy?" And I said, yeah, of course I do. She's like, "You know what? I never heard from you, so I thought you stopped selling Scentsy." And that really stuck to me. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit off track, but I do want to share this story. That kind of stuck with me. Like, well, if you need more Scentsy, you can always reach out to me. Like, it's like, if you need more bread, you go to the grocery store and you buy bread. You don't expect the grocery store to call you and be like, "Hey, Mrs. Smith, do you need more bread?" So anyways, I guess it's a matter of finding that happy medium in your business. Because for a while there at the beginning, I was a little bit bitter. I was like, well, why didn't she just reach out to me? Like, she ordered once for me, and she had a beautiful order. I mean, it was like, especially at the beginning, you're like, oh my gosh, she ordered two 6-packs. And then again, like I said, I never heard from her, and I never reached out to her. So kind of I'm going to say boo on both of our parts, but definitely I should have followed up. Again, I look at that not as a failure, but as a learning, like an example. I learned from it to be more consistent, to make sure I follow up, whether I'm following up by an email or a text or what have you, or to even just to add her to my team page, or not my team page, but my Instagram page, or to my Facebook, so that she knows that I'm still there. Does that make sense? All right. So the fifth point I want to talk to you about consistency is that it maintains your message. Again, kind of tying in with the other 4, but your team will pay attention to what you do and what you say, as well as your customer base. So, you know, like Big Brother's always watching. Well, your friends and family, your customers, your team, everybody is always watching. And so it's not a matter of having to walk on eggshells, but it's more like consistency in your leadership skills. So consistency in your leadership will serve as a model for how they will behave towards you. If you treat your team or your customers with no importance, then they will do the same to you as well. But worse off, your customers will just kind of leave you. So it's so important to maintain your consistency in your message to your customers and your team. If you are in I'm going to say in a point of leadership, like if you have a team, then it is so important to follow up with your team members all the time. Not just like posting stuff on your team page, but actually engaging with them, talking with them. When they ask you a question, don't shrug them off, or don't ignore them. And this is no disrespect to anybody out there who has a team or who has sponsored anybody. But I'll be honest with you, I do get a lot of messages from consultants who are on other teams who say to me, I can't get a hold of my sponsor. My sponsor's not there for me. I don't know what I'm doing. Could you please help me? And as beautiful and honored as I am that people are reaching out to me for assistance, I can only do so much as well too, right? Because I have my own team to look out for. I think as a team member, if I saw my sponsor or my director consistently helping other people on other teams and not helping us, I would be a little disappointed, right? Like I would kind of question maybe her loyalty or her reputation, and it just kind of I don't know. I'm a type of person that gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. I like to make my own judgments, so I don't listen to other people when they're like, "Hey, come here, I got to tell you something about somebody." I don't do that. I don't do gossip. but it's kind of disheartening to hear those messages, and I have in the past, and I don't know if you're one of them. Again, I'm so sorry, but if you've tried to reach out to me and I haven't been very helpful, but I do try to help a little bit or try to guide them in the right direction. I do generally try to guide people to speak to their sponsors or their superstar directors or their directors or somebody within their team, because it's so important to maintain those relationships and to build that rapport with those people around you. So I hope that makes sense to you. And another quote that I found online, actually, I don't know who said it. I'm so sorry. I wrote this, I'm going to call it a research paper. I did my essay a while ago. I know I took off some time in June and July just to, enjoy the family and have some home time, even though we're home all the time, but I just didn't want to do this for a little while. So in a way, I wasn't consistent at that point with my Something Amazing talks with Annie. But anyways, I'm back, and that's all that matters. So anyways, this quote that I found is, I don't know who said it. I'm so sorry. But consistency is key to success. Consistency leads to habits. Habits form actions we take every day, and actions lead to success. And it's absolutely true. So consistency, if you take the first word of that quote and the last word of that quote and put an equal sign in the middle, it says consistency equals success. And I love this quote because it really, really stood out to me. And maybe it was just my eyes that focused on the word consistency and success. And I was like, yes, you got it. I'm going to do it. So I know sometimes it's hard. Now moving on to this is the second half. Actually, why don't we take a little break and I can read some quotes, or not quotes, but some messages. Okay. So hi, Ram, you were talking about the warmer of the month. Thank you. Can I join your team? Of course you can, Kelly. Oh my gosh, I would love to have you part of my team. Steph is right here. She's Cloud9 Aroma. She can vouch for me. I'm pretty good, right, Steph? Hey, you got to be your own cheerleader, okay? It's not that I'm being like cocky or selfish or anything, but if you can't be your own cheerleader, then who can be your cheerleader for you, right? You have to love yourself before others can. So that's me, self-love. And self-appreciation, that's going to be another one. Okay, newsletter. Thank you, Melissa. That's it. Monthly newsletter, monthly flyer. You knew what I was talking about. I appreciate the help. Okay, so Susan, do you have any members from out of country and area? Yes, I do. I actually have a teammate in Germany. I have lots from the US and lots here in Canada. And can I be honest with you, I think I only have met 2 of my team members. So I have a team of over 20 guys and dolls, and I've only ever met 2 of them, and that's only because they live here local. But you really don't need to have somebody within arm's reach of you to be a good sponsor or to be a bad sponsor. I mean, without divulging too much information, there's people in in my town or in the next town over that are, they're okay. They need some work, but that's okay. That's how they choose to run their business. And I shouldn't be passing judgment, but that's just not how I choose to run my business or how I choose to run my team or help my team, right? So like it's important that you find a sponsor or that you find a friend, even if it's an online friend that you feel comfortable with, that you trust, that you can relate to, that maybe has a good reputation. I guess in this sense, you do kind of have to make your own judgments. But before joining Scentsy, do some research. Just because maybe your friend who sells Scentsy down the street wants you to join, she might not necessarily be the best option. And I'm not just saying this because I want you on my team. That's not the case. Not at all. I mean, the more responsibility I have, the more work I have to do. Nobody wants to do work, right? No, but I absolutely love it. So, yeah, it's kind of that's kind of a sticky subject. And as you can tell by the way I'm talking, I don't know how to quite answer that without offending anybody. So I hope I'm not offending anybody. And by all means, I'm not perfect either. And we all make our mistakes and we all sometimes fall off of our consistency course. But you know what? It's important. And for me, it's important that I get back on it. And if you fall, you get back up, you keep going. It doesn't matter which direction, even if you forgot what direction you were going before you fell, just get up and keep moving. Because once you stop moving or once you give up, that's when real failure sets in. So, Terry, you're asking about team building. No, I don't have a video yet on team building, but that is a really, really good idea. And I'll have to, you know what? I'm going to write that down. Team building video, because I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm doing and it's working. So I'm being consistent with running my business and promoting myself, because you are selling yourself, right? You're selling your business, and it's reaching out to people all over the world, and that's amazing. So I'm so grateful. But yes, Terry, I will team building video. There we go. See? Wait, you can't see it. There we go. August 2nd is the next time I'm going to go live. Okay. And maybe I can talk about team building, but I do have something else in mind. Samantha from Virginia. Yay. Which part of Virginia are you from? Because I'm technically 6 hours away from, where am I? Oh, I don't remember which. I'm close to, I'm 6 hours, a 6 hour drive away from Virginia, but I don't remember. Okay, Christine, what did you say? One sponsor. So do you have one person on your team? Because if you do, that's amazing. Yay. And you don't necessarily always have to get into Scentsy in order to sponsor people. If this is something you generally love to do and you just want to focus on selling and building your own personal business, then kudos for you. That's absolutely amazing. Scentsy needs all of us. Scentsy needs ones to build teams. Scentsy needs ones to just sell their amazing product and spread the love of Scentsy. So good for you. Whatever you choose to do with your Scentsy business, just keep moving forward. Just keep moving and be consistent. So, okay, Southwest Virginia. Yay! I don't know where that is, but yay, I've been to Virginia. I've been to different parts of it, and I absolutely love it. Who else said something? Okay. Oh my gosh. My mom keeps calling me. Should I answer? No. Don't tell her I'm hanging up. This is the second time she's called me, and she knows I'm busy. Moms, right? Okay, I think you are 8 hours away. No, I was answering. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks, Christine. All right, so let's move on to part 2 of my little consistency talk. Okay, let me move this over. So I'm so glad you guys have joined me and understanding it for the most part. I really, really do appreciate it. My mouth is getting dry. Okay. So how do you incorporate consistency into your life and into your business? Now, it is understandable that there's times when you don't have the motivation to do it. So listen up. This is a really, really good. This is 6 little principles that I follow through with. So number 1, build your business around something you're passionate about. Obviously, you've gotten into Scentsy because you're passionate about it, because you love the products. You've probably purchased, you're probably a customer before you started selling, right? You bought so much warmers and wax. Your consultant probably said, hey, you should join and maybe get some freebies time to time. So it's important to remember why you fell in love with Scentsy. And that's the same in all aspects of life, right? Even in your career. For example, I'm a nurse. During these trying times, during these difficult times, obviously some toxic thoughts are going to get into my head. I question, do I still want to do this for another 30 years? I'm exhausted. The lack of appreciation, the lack of support, the lack of resources, the lack of everything, like, again, I'm looking at it in a negative way. It gets you, it wears you down. But I always try to remember why I got into nursing or why I got into Scentsy, because I love it, because I genuinely felt that nursing was a calling for me, and that Scentsy is a beautiful product, and it smells amazing. And so it's important that you always remember why you took that first step. Don't forget that, because yes, toxic things, politics, all the BS that, you know what I'm talking about, all that stuff gets in the way sometimes of your passion for what you're doing. So it's important to remember why you got into the business. So if you, like I said, if you truly love something or have a passion for it, you will always find motivation to succeed. So I love being a nurse. Again, I always remind myself why I got into it. And that's what keeps me going, gets me up every morning at 5 a.m. I work my 12, 13-hour shifts with my mask on, with my whole COVID gear, and that's all that matters, is because I love my patients. I love taking care of them. I want to make a 1% difference in their lives, even if they're not awake, even if they're sedated or, unconscious. But I know in my heart, and God knows that I made that difference in that person's life. So to me, it's important to keep reminding myself why I got into nursing, and same with Scentsy. Now, there's times Scentsy is not perfect either, just like us. There's times when you may disagree with some things that are being played out or some of the changes that are happening. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay for you to disagree, but you just need to remember why you got into the business to begin with. And that passion, that motivation will keep you going. I promise you. So my next point is, and maybe I should have put point 1 and point 3 together, but I'm going to talk about point 2, and then we'll get back to point 3 and tie it into point 1. But the next one is always have a short-term and a long-term goal. Like, I want you to try to set realistic goals for yourself. Make a plan, and then make a plan to achieve these goals. Now, a few videos back, and I can try to tie it, link it to this video, I talked about focus on the process of achieving your goals. Because if you're consistent with your process, those goals will come no matter what, as long as you stay consistent. So this will also give you something to always work towards. So, and once you achieve a goal, you will be able to taste that victory and continue to push yourself forward. So for example, in regards to a short-term goal, of course, I can't think of anything right now, right? Well, okay, so a long-term goal is, excuse me, is I am not a director yet, but that is a long-term goal of mine. But my process, if I just keep focusing on my process, keep doing what I'm doing, and as long as I'm getting positive results from what I'm doing, then I know that in time, when it's my time, I will hit that long-term goal of mine. I don't generally set too many timelines, maybe more so for my short-term goals, like achieving a certain amount of PRV in a month. Those I will set goal timelines for. But when it comes to long-term goals, realistic long-term goals, I don't generally set a timeline, because I know and I'm confident and faithful that they will come in time. So, for example, I have a girlfriend who just recently entered her master's program here in Ontario. She's doing a master's of nursing with a nurse practitioner. So it's nurse practitioner / master's of nursing as well. And she's just like, all she can think about is the fact that it's like 4 years away, and oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever to get to 2024. And I was like, you don't need to focus on that. You're registered in the program. Just do your homework, do your essays, do whatever you need to do every day. Be consistent with that. Those 4 years are going to fly by. No matter what, you're going to achieve your goal if you keep studying, if you keep reading your books, engaging in conversations with your classmates and your teacher. That goal, that end result will come no matter what, just as long as you stay consistent and stay on course. Does that make sense? So you can apply that as well to your Scentsy business. There's going to be times, just like in real life, where you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 6 steps back. But you know what? Focus on the fact that you're still moving, that you're still going in any direction. Life is not a linear line. Like, right? Life is like up and down, zigzag, it's back and forth, it's upside down, it's whatever it is. But as long as you keep moving, as long as you set that in your mind, have that type of mindset, which I'll get into in the third point, then you will achieve your goals, whether they're short-term goals like achieving a 200 PRV each month, or a long-term goal of achieving a certain Scentsy status like director, superstar consultant, or certified. Just keep being consistent at what you're doing, because are you getting results with what you're doing in your consistency? If the answer is yes, then good. Keep doing what you're doing and build from it. Okay, so my third point is, Yes, my third point, be extremely optimistic. I know, that's me, right? Annoyingly extremely optimistic. It's crazy, but it's absolutely true. Forget what's happened to you in the past. I know it's easier said than done. Nobody's had a perfect past, myself included. How am I so optimistic? Because I choose to look forward. Not that I'm like, what is the word? What is the word when you like ignoring something in the past? It's not that I'm purposely ignoring it, or I choose to be naive, or I choose to be in denial. No, that's not what I'm saying. My choice is that I choose to look forward to the future, because that's where my goals are. My goals are not back there. My goals are over there across the street. That's my choice. I choose to be optimistic. So when you are consistently optimistic, you focus on just the positives, which helps you stay motivated and focused on reaching your goals. Think about it. It's absolutely true. Your momentum will come to a halt if those negative thoughts or negative behaviors or negative habits come into your head or take over your life or take over your body. So does the possibility of failure exist even with all this optimism and positivity? Of course it does. But you have to be optimistic about failure. I know, an oxymoron. That sounds weird. What are you talking about, Annie? No, it's absolutely true. You have to know that failure is a possibility. Accept it now, just as much as you accept, okay, sorry to say, death, okay? Nobody wants to think about death. But you have to accept it. It's inevitable, right? It's going to happen. Same with failure. There are going to be times, and I don't really like using the word failure. There's going to be times where you get pushed down or you fall or you trip or you have a blip in the road or a hurdle or something. But just know, prepare yourself now that stuff is going to happen, okay? I don't have a magic ball. I wish I did. And to tell you that you're going to have a perfect journey ahead of you. No way, Jose. Now, I can't even do that for myself. There's just going to be times where we're sorry to say shit's going to happen, okay? No pun intended, because as a nurse, or for my fellow healthcare workers who might be watching, you get it, right? Stuff happens. So where was I? Okay. No, right here. Does the possibility of failure exist? Of course it does, but don't think like that. Think optimistically. Let your optimism dominate your thoughts, so that would block out all negative thoughts. But even when you do get a negative thought, this is me. Okay, negative thought, I see you there. I hear you. I understand what you're trying to say, but right now I choose not to accept it. So just move on, right? Like, it's like, okay, I see a stop sign. You got to stop at the stop sign. I see that stop sign. I'm going to stop at the stop sign, look both ways, and then cross the street. So stop sign is like the word failure or the word fail. You see it, you're going to stop at it, you're going to look both ways, and you know what? You're going to cross right over that road and keep on going. Or you can turn left or you can turn right. Whatever you do, do not give in to those negative thoughts, those demons, those toxic thoughts, right? Okay, so my fourth point, oh, wait, I did want to say, sorry, I want to tie into point one about doing something or remembering your passion and being optimistic. So again, when things get in the way, when politics get in the way, or negative thoughts, or other coworkers or employees who are constantly, jibber jabbering with negative things, just walk away. Choose to walk away. Choose to hear them, but not listen to them. Does that make sense? Or listen to them, but not hear them. Don't let it sink in. It is what it is. Things happen. Things change. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. So you're going to have a blip in the road, but you got to remember why you got into this business or why you started doing what you're doing, such as like working out or eating healthy. You got to remember your end goal. Keep that in mind, or why you started doing this in the first place. Okay, I hope this all makes sense. Let me see. I'm going to read some comments real quick. Okay, thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate the cheerleading. Yay! Okay, I have two more points, and then I promise we'll tie it up. So Terry's saying, I couldn't reach my PRV goal last month, and this month you surpassed it. Even better. So what did you do, Terry, to kind of not fall into that habit? So obviously, if something isn't working, then you have to reevaluate your process, not necessarily your goal. I wouldn't say change your goal. I would say change your process. And I do have a whole talk about it in another video. So go to my playlist called Something Amazing with Annie and just like binge watch it. There's not very many of them, but you'll see how all these like little chats tie into one another. And I hope, I really want to keep going and inspiring you, not only in your personal life, but in your business as well. So my fourth point is commit to the end goal. So these all kind of tie into each other, but this is how I wrote it out. This is how I've been kind of living my life according to these 6 principles. But commit to the end goal. So even if you have failed in the past, that's okay. So like Terry said, she was not able to reach her PRV last month, but this month she surpassed it. So it's okay. Don't let that blip in the road defy you. Failure does not defy you. Failure is not a characteristic trait. It's a stupid word, and I wish it didn't exist. Okay, but let that kind of blip in the road motivate you to work even harder to achieve your goals or to change your process. So don't let your past infringe on your future goals, even if you are scared. We're all scared of trying new things or doing new things or talking to people. Sorry. My mouth is getting so dry. I never talk this much. But okay, so this circles back to the above point. You must remain optimistic. So don't let your failures determine your goal. Don't let them take over your life. Stay optimistic as much as possible and keep moving forward, or just keep moving. Fifth point is, and this is a really important point to me and one that I value very, very much, is surround yourself with like-minded people. So surround yourself with people who, what did I say? The people who surround you have a direct influence on how you behave in your personal life and in your business. So just like the people who influence you, or so like your mom or your dad or other consultants, or like myself, for example, or even your customers, people who inspire you, or people who make you feel all positive and good on the inside. Those are the people that you need to focus on. Those are the people because they're like-minded people. The fact that you are reaching out and watching this, or reaching out to me for help, or reaching out to anybody for help, or with questions, it means that you have like a draw to them, that they are like-minded. I don't, me myself, I'm not drawn to people who live like a sedentary lifestyle. Like that's not my thing. If that's their thing, that's fine. That's how they want to do it. Then it's unfortunate. You feel bad for them. You try to help them, but if they don't want your help, then you can't be surrounded by those type of people. Or even we all have a friend like a Karen or a Carol in our group who's always like the negative Nelly, who's constantly talking down or even putting you down, or is just constantly complaining about stuff. Those people wear on you, right? And eventually you're like, oh, I don't really want to hang out with her or him anymore, because they just, I'm trying to stay positive or trying to, stay focused, and they just constantly bring me down. So, you know what? Not saying you should get rid of your friends, but you know what? Maybe you should just focus more on like-minded people. Don't leave those friends behind, because I think deep down inside those friends need you as well. But I mean, if you want, you can always say something to them. But it's important to surround yourself with like-minded people, especially if you want to make positive changes in your life. I have another example. I feel a piece of hair on my lip. I have another example. If you're trying to quit smoking, it's got to be the most. I empathize with you. I've never smoked, but I can't imagine how difficult it is to give up such a habit, especially if you've been doing it for so long. And even when you do give it up, it's something, a bad habit. It's always in the back of your head, whether it's smoking or drinking or eating too much chocolate like me, but it's always in the back of your head. And it's something very, very hard to overcome or to almost forget about. But if you are trying to quit smoking, don't go out to the smoke hole with your friends on your lunch break. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people who don't smoke, or who've quit smoking and or who've achieved certain results in their Scentsy career or in their life or in their lifestyle that inspire you. Reach out to those people and focus on them. Surround yourself with those people. Okay. Also, sorry, another point that I made here, the most rewarding experiences will come from your relationships, whether they're good or bad. There is such a thing as a bad reward, but it's important to have positive relationships in your life to have positive rewards. Okay. A reward is something that has come because of a certain action or a certain doing, right? What am I trying to say? A consequence. So a reward is like a consequence. And I know I shouldn't be like interchanging those words, but this is how it makes sense in my mind when I say that some negative rewards are true. Because if you're doing something incorrectly or negatively, you will be awarded with a consequence. Does that make sense? So, like I said, reward yourself with positive relationships, and those relationships will grow. So get out there. I want you to network with other consultants, team build with your team, talk to your friends and family, and turn them into loyal customers or loyal teammates. It's important to surround yourself with those positive, like-minded people. Okay. And I could talk about that topic forever. I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on to the last point. The point number 6 is establish a personal reward system. Now, this is something that I do for myself and for my team, and I hope that you can incorporate it into your own life as well. Rewarding yourself for all your hard work and hustle is key to keeping you motivated. Ooh, excuse me. Now I have the hiccups. So I'm going to start over with that point. Rewarding yourself for all your hard work and hustle is key to keeping you motivated and consistent. It doesn't have to be something lavish. I mean, it can be. If you have your eye on a nice necklace or a nice piece of jewelry, then by all means, if you achieve a certain PRV and achieve a certain payout from Scentsy, and if that's a certain percentage that you want to take out from your payout and reward yourself with something pretty or lavish, then yeah, go do it. Why not? Because that reward will push you harder to your next goal or your next short-term goal or long-term goal. Those little rewards, like I said, will keep pushing you, will motivate you. You just have to be consistent. You have to focus. You kind of have to be strict. For example, let's say, what can I use as an example? Well, my reward, I saw a really pretty, speaking of necklaces, I saw a really pretty gold chain on Instagram. There was another influencer, let's call her, on Instagram. She's not a Scentsy consultant or anything, but I follow her consistently, and I'm always inspired by her lifestyle, her everything, let's say, right? And so she was once wearing this gold necklace in all of her videos and her posts, and I commented. Anyways, so she sent me the link to it. So it's a gold necklace. I think it's a company in the States. I would love to tell you who they are, but I can't remember them at the top of my head. And in Canadian dollars, I think the necklace was about $80, let's say. So this is a goal that I had set for myself a few months ago when I wanted to achieve a certain PRV. That may be a little bit high for me, but I was determined to do it. So, okay, I'll share with you my goal. When was it? Was it 2 months ago? I don't even remember now. When did the spring, summer, like that whole collection come out? Anyways, I had a goal of 2,000 PRV for that month. Personal PRV. Doesn't matter what my team brings in. I love my team, and they are doing amazing. But my personal PRV was 2,000. But I like to set short-term goals. So by certain dates, I like to have 200 PRV. So I like to do 500 PRV per week, let's say. And I was able to achieve those goals, and I was so proud of myself. And I had my eye on this gold necklace, but it's trying times right now. I'm like, really, do I need to spend money on a necklace? I've got lots of other necklaces that are just as pretty, and I could wear them. But as a mom, and again, you could probably understand that we don't generally buy too much for ourselves. When you have $80 just laying around, you're like, should I buy a necklace, or should I pay for my son's soccer uniform? But soccer's all canceled. Like, actually, I am saving a lot of money during this whole COVID-19 business, but I'm going to call it business fiasco business. It's a business. But so this was 2 months ago. It took me 2 months I just bought the necklace today. So yay, I will show you when I get it. But it took me 2 months to convince myself, or to reward myself, and to, because we all have that guilt, that mom guilt, or that any kind of guilt, to get it. I was like, you know what? I deserve this necklace. I've been working hard and consistently for months on my Scentsy business as a nurse. During these trying times, I deserve this necklace. So guess what I did? Not only did I buy a gold necklace, but I bought matching hoop earrings. So yay for me. Yay, I'm a cheerleader. And yay for you. Reward yourself with, whether it's small or big or whatever, just make sure you reward yourself for pushing hard. Give yourself that recognition too. Like I said, you don't need me. You don't need your sponsor. You don't need your director. You don't need anybody to hear you out. The only person that matters is you, is what's inside. So give yourself that credit. Tell yourself in your head, I'm a freaking amazing rock star. I achieved this goal that I had set out to achieve last month or 2 months ago, and I did it. And don't hum and haw about buying something. You go out there and you buy it. Well, as long as it's not like a luxury car. Well, hey, if you can do it, go ahead. By all means. Who am I to say no? But anyways, and then experiment with different rewards for yourself and for your team. It's fun to be recognized. It is. But at the end of the day, the only person that really should recognize yourself is yourself. So reward yourself, reward your team, give some shout outs. I know I love my team. My team is freaking amazing. And we love to have fun. We love to chat. And anyways, just make sure you give them the reward or the recognition that they deserve. Because who knows what's going on in their heads as well. So, but anyways, okay. I think that's it. I'm all done. I could talk about this forever. So, okay. Bye, Christine. Christine had to leave. Maribel from Puerto Rico is here. Wow, Maribel, thank you. And thank you, Steph, for all your love and support as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ram, for watching the whole time. Tell your mom, Deb, I love her. And I hope to see her next year at Scentsy Family Reunion. Who knows what's going to happen next year? Let's focus on this year. But again, join me. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to come back on. And it's going to be August 2nd, and which is perfect because, thanks, Steph, which is perfect because that's going to be the beginning of the new catalog season. Oh my gosh. Hello. How do you pronounce your name? Is that the right name? Lena? I'm sorry. Lena, the one with the purple hearts and the butterflies. You're beautiful. Thank you so much. Where are you from? Did you already say? I'm sorry. I have to look back. Anyways. All right. Thanks, Lena. Is it Lena? I'm so sorry. That's such a pretty name though. Anyways, or is it your last name? Okay. Nobody can pronounce my last name either. Mazmanian. Oh my gosh. Going through high school, it was, or even those telemarketers calling, they're like, can I speak to Miss? They just mumble it because they just don't know how to say it. So yes, so join me on August 2nd. We're going to talk more about launching the new catalog season. I'm going to give you a few heads up. It's okay. Oh, my mom wanted a different name. It's my first name. Am I pronouncing it right? Can you spell it with hyphens or something? Because I really do want to pronounce it properly. I'm so sorry. And tell me where you're from. It's such a pretty name, the pretty spelling. Okay, around what time will I be going live? So August 2nd is a Sunday, and I think I'm going to stick with this time. So it'll be from Montreal. Ooh, it's Hawaiian. Okay, sorry. See, I get distracted by the comments, and anyways, I'm like a little dog. I see a squirrel and I run off. Okay, August 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this is me saying it 2 weeks in advance. Come closer to the date. Make sure you hit like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest, greatest, amazing Scentsy news and product reviews. But I will post something saying what time I will be on. But it's going to be August 2nd. As of now, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, plug it into your phone and make sure you can join me, because I think this one is going to be a really, really good talk, because I love the beginning of catalog season. I just get so freaking excited, and I'm like, so, all right, let me move this over now that we're done, almost done. But yeah, August 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, hit like and subscribe to stay up to date and so that you can see my latest posts. Also, you can find me on Instagram. I'll leave you the link down below. It's amazing02 scents on Instagram, because I post a ton of stuff on Instagram as well. And sometimes I go live there on IGTV. And Lahana. Oh, is it Lahana? That is so pretty, and it's Hawaiian. And you're from Montreal. Bonjour. All right, that's so cool. I have family in Laval. Aw, thank you. You rock too. Everyone, you guys are all so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun, and I actually feel a lot better now that I can talk about it and get it all out, because I'm so nervous at the beginning of these chats. Check out Incredible Hulk right there. He is so ready for Scentsy Family Reunion 2020. Bye, everybody. I love you. I hope to see you at the family reunion, however way they're going to broadcast it. It's going to be really, really interesting. So, but yes, find me on Instagram, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my amazing news and products. And okay, I think I'm going to go. Bye, Melissa. Bye, Stephanie. Bye, Terry. Thank you so much for joining me. Mwah. Lots of kisses to all of you. Lots of hugs. Here's a virtual hug. There we go. Right there. Oh, and thank you to my new friend. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep practicing it. Lahana. Oh my gosh. Make sure you come and find me next time too, so we can chat more, or find me on Instagram from Montreal, Canada. Yay! All right, bye everybody. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Get out there. It's gorgeous. I think it's about to storm here, but I'm still gonna get out there for a little walk and maybe a cocktail. But yes, thank you everybody. Have an amazing night, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.